A station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Coming up tonight on DC News Now at 9, Asian communities in the DMV are on edge after the deadly shooting in Los Angeles. What local police are doing to ease worries. And 2 are dead and 2 more are displaced after a deadly fire on Saturday night. What we now know. Plus, more weapons to Ukraine, a significant arms donation the U.S. and other allies made to the war-torn country. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Michaela Newton. We're in the middle of a winter weather advisory, and some places can expect to feel the chill at least until 10 tonight. Our meteorologist Scott Sumner has a look at what we can expect to see. Scott?
All right, Michaela, there's a little caveat to that. I'm going to expand upon what you just said. Yes, there is a winter weather advisory for these areas until 10 o'clock. That does include Garrett County, Allegheny County in Maryland, Mineral, and we're looking at Hampshire counties here in West Virginia, and then parts or the rest down towards portions of central West Virginia as well. This will run till 10 o'clock. Then the advisories will drop in an hour and pick back up at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning and run through the day till 6 p.m. So that's why I put till 10, then 4 to 6 p.m. on Monday. Well, why is that? Well, that is because we'll get a little lull in the precipitation, and then we'll bring in a chance of some snow up that way, and it could have a couple of inches on the grassy surface. All right, as far as what we have seen so far, storm report-wise, freezing rain up in McHenry, Maryland there. So some icy conditions, needless to say, across the region. And here's some additional ice accumulation numbers for you. Grantsville, Maryland, 1/10 of an inch. Frostburg, 2/100 of an inch. Panorama, Virginia, 1/100 of an inch. And Bayard, just in West Virginia, a trace of an inch of ice. And you know what? Ice is nothing to mess around with. Slippery road conditions out there. Be careful if you have to drive overnight tonight, especially out towards our western portions of the viewing area. Back to you.
All right, Scott, thanks so much. And we start tonight with new details about the shooting that left 10 people dead and 10 injured in Los Angeles County. Police say that the suspected gunman responsible for the attack during the Lunar New Year celebration in Monterey Park has died by suicide. Now, police and members of the bomb squad surrounded the suspect's white van where he would eventually take his life. The suspect has been identified as 72-year-old Hu Ken Tran. And here in D.C., the tragedy was on the minds of many for the first in-person Lunar New Year parade in 3 years. The celebration went off without a hitch. Our Daniel Hamburg joins us now live in the studio. Daniel, there was an increased police presence today in Chinatown.
Well, Michaela, while D.C. police say there are no known threats in the district, officers are increasing patrols where there are Lunar New Year events. The streets of D.C.'s Chinatown were packed for the first time in 3 years to celebrate the Year of the Rabbit.
It seemed like very organized, very orderly, many police around to make sure everyone is safe and sound.
That police presence heightened after 10 people died and another 10 were injured in Monterey, California late Saturday night following a Lunar New Year celebration.
My family was very near the area where the shooting happened, so I I texted them immediately and was like, oh, hey, apparently the shooter is still at large, please stay safe as you go out and celebrate.
The area where Nicole Chen is from and where the shooting happened has a very large Asian population, hitting home even for those in D.C.
It's a very unfortunate event, especially on a big day like today. It's supposed to be a celebration for the Lunar New Year, the Year of the Rabbit. It's supposed to be prosperity for everyone.
L.A. County Sheriff Robert Luna says the suspect, 72-year-old Hu Ken Tran, is the only suspect who was found this afternoon.
Our sheriff's SWAT team approached and cleared the van and determined the suspect sustained a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
A hate crime has not been ruled out.
We still are not clear on the motive. The investigation continues.
While saddened by what happened across the country, many were happy to come together as a community in D.C. to celebrate with the parade.
Even on a big day like today, it's not just Chinese or Asians coming out to celebrate, but you saw plenty of other ethnicities out here to celebrate this big day, because it is at the end of the day, United States represent a very diverse culture.
And as he was telling me, it is an unfortunate problem of Asian hate, the rising of Asian hatred in this country, especially over the last couple of years with COVID. But for the most part, the people I talked with say they feel safe in this community. In the studio, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thanks so much. And developing now, firefighters are investigating a house fire that killed 2 people in Prince George's County. Tonight, neighbors say they're heartbroken by this loss. Our reporter Yamarie Sase was at the scene and has the latest details.
Yeah, workers spent hours on Sunday afternoon trying to board up this Temple Hills home after a deadly fire on Saturday night. Now, I was able to speak to some neighbors. Many of them are saddened by what they see, and some even stopped by to pay their respects. Prince George's County Fire Department spent Sunday afternoon investigating how a fire at this house on Center Drive started. Around 10 o'clock Saturday night, when firefighters arrived on the scene, the home was engulfed in flames and 2 people were trapped inside.
My house is directly behind that one, and one of the guys that we was watching football with, he made a statement. He said, "Man, look at all this smoke." He said, "Man, that house on fire."
Others were able to escape, and 4 firefighters were taken to a hospital for minor injuries. But the 2 adults that were trapped inside didn't make it. Neighbors say it was an assisted living home, and the victims were seniors. One neighbor that lives right next door says a nurse and an elderly woman knocked on his door for help, but by the time the firefighters arrived, it was too late. Now this is what's left. Much of the inside of the home completely damaged.
I thought it was a whole lot worse than what it is, but 2 people really did die in this fire. It's sad.
This afternoon, Hayes decided to pay his respects.
It's close to home, and everybody, especially in the neighborhood, got to look out for one another. So today, my brother and I thought we would come and say a prayer.
And he's hoping others do the same.
If anyone can say a prayer for the family and the friends, for the victims, God bless.
Prince George's County Fire Department tells me this is an ongoing investigation, and the firefighters that were taken in for evaluation are out of the hospital. For now, reporting in Temple Hills, Maryland, I'm Yamarie Sase, DC News Now.
All right, Yamarie, thanks so much. And we're also learning more about a fire on East Street in Northeast DC. Emergency services were on the scene of a fire in the middle of a group of row homes. They say that the fire was knocked down and there were no reported injuries. The other homes are now being inspected for damages. And tonight we're also learning about a shooting in Prince George's County that left 1 person dead in a metro station parking lot. Police are investigating a shooting outside the WMATA Bus Bay parking lot, and Metro Police found a man suffering from a gunshot wound and attempted to save his life, though he died at the scene. Well, Ukrainian allies are pledging more weapons to Ukraine, and this comes as Russia ramps up its attacks against Ukrainian civilians. Raquel Martin explains what this pledge means for Ukraine.
Well, this is welcome news for Ukraine, who is entering year 2 of this war. What remains unclear is if Germany specifically will be sending battle tanks to Ukraine. Right now, the president of Ukraine says these tanks are critical in their fight against Russia.
This is not a moment to slow down.
U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says the U.S. and allies are committed to helping Ukraine, despite failing Friday to reach a deal to send battle tanks to the country.
Time remains a Russian weapon. We have to speed up.
Earlier, in a virtual call, Ukraine's president pleaded with Western defense leaders for heavier artillery.
Hundreds of thank you are not hundreds of tanks.
Poland says it stands ready to send Ukraine German-made Leopard tanks, but Germany is blocking the move over concerns Russia would use it as an excuse to retaliate. Friday, White House spokesperson John Kirby defended Germany's stance.
We aren't arm twisting.
And the U.S.'s objection to send additional tanks of its own.
Very expensive to operate, very expensive to fuel, very expensive to maintain, and it requires a lot of training.
But the Biden administration says the latest $2.5 billion U.S. aid package to Ukraine will be a huge help.
And 500 armored vehicles, including Bradleys, Stryker combat vehicles, mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicles. What we've said is we're going to continue to help them defend themselves, defend their sovereignty, win back their territory, as they should, as they must.
In the meantime, pressure is mounting for Germany to determine if they will in fact be sending battle tanks to Ukraine. Today, Germany's defense minister said that they will make a decision as soon as possible. For now in Washington, Raquel Martin, back to you.
Well, Google is joining Microsoft and Amazon as the latest tech giant announces significant layoffs. They're cutting 12,000 jobs, and that's the largest round of layoffs ever in Google's history. They say it's because of the economic climate. On Wednesday, Amazon cut 18,000 jobs, and Microsoft also announced they're cutting 10,000 workers. In national news, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is speaking on the ongoing debt ceiling standoff. She says she believes Congress will ultimately come to an agreement to raise the country's debt limit after we hit the current limit this past Thursday. She also says the compromises that will need to be made risk creating, in her opinion, quote, calamity for the global economy.
At the end of the day, Congress simply has to act to raise the debt ceiling. And there have been standoffs in the past, but Congress always has done its duty.
Right now, the U.S. Treasury is using workarounds to keep the government funded through June. But if the debt ceiling isn't raised by then, the country is at risk of default.
All right, good evening, everyone. Current conditions outside right now in D.C., 40 degrees. We have some light rain showers out there this evening. We've even seen the winds pick up a little bit, north-northwest at 14 miles an hour. The humidity is on the high side at 93%, and visibility has been dropping here over the last several hours. You can see most areas under 10 miles. We're looking at mainly 3 miles or less across the area, whether it's Culpeper, Luray, Kaiser, Cumberland, Martinsburg, Frederick. D.C. itself, we're seeing plenty of areas that are seeing visibilities, low visibilities, and patchy fog or locally dense fog in spots, especially out towards the mountains this evening. And we'll continue that trend going throughout the overnight. So even though you may not be seeing precipitation, you'll see some fog out there. Now, there is also, as you notice here, a little bit of a lull happening, a little bit of a break. Well, that break won't last too long because not too far off in the distance, we have more precipitation, and our Futurecast picks up on that, stopping it here around 7 o'clock in the morning. You can see right here across portions of Garrett County, there is some snow, and that's where the winter weather advisory, which I talked about at 6, has been extended. It goes from about 4 o'clock in the morning till 6 in the afternoon tomorrow, and that is for some snow accumulation and some gusty winds. We'll talk about the specifics there coming up in My Main Weather.
All right, Scott, thanks so much. Coming up after the break, concealed handguns on college campuses. Oh, we'll tell you about the debate around a new bill in West Virginia and what it could mean for the Mountain State. And later, a new bill in Virginia would require teachers to inform parents if their children come out as transgender. Why this has some people worried.